Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
Philippians chapter 1, verse number 27, Paul would write, "Only let your conduct be worthy of the gospel, so that whether I come and see you or am absent, I may hear of your affairs, that you stand fast in one spirit." Yesterday we looked at the idea that we need to walk worthy of the gospel regardless of who's watching. Today I want you to see this idea that we must stand firm. That's part of good Christian conduct. The idea there, he says, stand fast. We may not be familiar with that terminology, but it is the idea of standing firm. We're not going to be moved from what we know is right and good and pure and holy and in accordance with the will of God. There are many people who have the attitude, well, let's just go along to get along. Listen, that's not Christian conduct. Christian conduct, we are to be loving, we are to be kind, we are always to be considerate to others, but we must not compromise when it comes to the truth. We live in a time when people say, there are no standards. Don't try to impose your standard on me. Well, there most certainly is a standard. It is the Word of God. In Ephesians chapter 6, verse number 10, beginning there, we see the idea that we are to put on the whole armor of God. Why would we put on armor? Because we are in a fight. And he begins by saying, stand therefore. In other words, we need to be ready to fight. In Ephesians chapter 3, in verse number 18, we see that there are enemies of the cross. Who are some of those enemies of the cross? Well, obviously, there are those that would fall into the category of atheists. They say there is no God. Can we compromise with them? Oh, no, we can't compromise with atheists. We have to go out of our way to show the fact there is a God, and we will not back down from that. What about those who say that there is no truth? You know, it may be true for you, but not true for someone else. Oh, no. Jesus said in John chapter 8, verse 31 and 32, there is truth, and it is attainable. We can't back off from that. What about someone who says, you know, one church is just as good as another? Let me tell you something, folks. They are certainly an enemy of the cross, because Jesus said, upon this rock I will build my church. No church is as good as the church that Jesus built. We can't compromise on that. We must stand firm. What about folks that say baptism's not part of the plan? Oh no, they're an enemy of the cross. Jesus said, he who believes and is baptized shall be saved. We must not compromise. We must stand firm where the Lord stands. Join us again tomorrow.